Good afternoon, and welcome to More Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today, we're going to be teaching you how to repair your carbon fiber collapsing cane. Now, sometimes the cane is irreparable. Sometimes you'll actually crack it, and that's that's not good. That's no bueno if you crack it. But if you just have some simple wear and tear, you can actually fix it pretty easily and effectively. So today I'm going to explain to you how, and you only need two tools. You're going to need the smallest possible Allen wrench. I've got my entire set of Allen wrenches right here, and the tiniest one at the very end is the one you need. Yeah, you're always wondering, what in the world? Why would I ever use this one at the very end? As the tiniest, smallest. Actually, no, wait, I'm sorry. It's the next to the smallest. I don't know what happened to my smallest one, and I'm probably like most Americans or most people in the world going, where is the smallest one? It was there last time I had this thing out, but it's gone now. And you know what? That's normal for Allen wrenches. You're going to lose the smallest one. Lucky for you, you don't need the smallest Allen wrench in a typical Allen wrench little set. You just need the second to smallest. Don't ask me what the what its fractional value is. I have no idea. You're also going to need a bottle of nail polish. I think this is my red nail polish. I got it years ago because I got pulled over by cops while on the sidewalk, and they yelled at me about not having a red tip cane. And bus drivers started yelling at me about a red tip cane. And no matter how much I told them I didn't require a red tip cane, that my cane could be white, they wouldn't stop harassing me about it. So I went to the store and I purchased some red nail polish. And you want to know something funny about my day? When I purchased the red nail polish, I walked into that store with my hat on and my facial hair and dressed in my normal get up for winter, which was, a blue jean jacket, blue jeans, and a t shirt, and my school bag because this was back when I was going to university. And I walked in there and this was back before I lost my vision too much. I just didn't have peripherals, so I needed my cane for that. You need your cane if you don't have peripheral vision. Trust me on this one. The lady there, very nice looking woman, asked me what I was here for. And I told her, well, I need some fire engine red nail polish. Like, I need the brightest red you have for the cheapest price because I'm not going to pay a lot of money for something that, is just, I need something that's industrial strength, but is cheap. And she said, give me a moment. And then her and every other female employee in that store walked into the back. I was alone in the store for a moment. And then one of the oldest women I've ever met in my life comes out of the back of the store and starts, grilling me on what I want and why I'm there. And it's just this little old biddy. And she is aggressive and kind of mean. And I explained, like, look, I'm blind and I have this blind cane, but the cops keep harassing me because it doesn't have a red tip. So I'm looking for red nail polish to put a red tip. And she goes, oh, the cops harassing you. And I went, yeah, just for being blind. And she goes, oh, I help. And she helped me. She actually helped me. The girls didn't. I guess my beard scared them off or something about me. Maybe it's the scars on my face or, being blind and running into things. I don't know. But they freaked out and left. And this old biddy came out and helped me out. And she found me this red nail polish that I've had for almost a decade now because I never use it except occasionally. And today we're going to use it to repair a blind cane. I've got this blind cane here, the blind cane that I've actually done a video on. The name escapes me right now. And Chris Park Designs, my Chris Park Designs blind cane. So I'm going to inform you on how to repair it because right now, so if I pull this cane out, this end pops out. See, this is no bueno. This is not good. It's not good if the end of your cane just kind of slides out of the hole. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen at all. So we're going to pull it out of its hole, and we're going to set the rest of the cane off to the side. We've got our bottom of the cane here, and now we're going to come over with our Allen wrench, and we're going to use our fingertips. We're going to find the place where we're supposed to screw the Allen wrench into, and it may be difficult to find it, but this is a Teflon tip, and it's the only rough bit on the side. So once you find it, you got to then figure out how to line up your Allen wrench You know, blind people, stay with me right now. You know it. I know it. Lining things up is not the easiest thing in the world, but once you get it in there, I suggest using the small end and using this long end of the Allen wrench because they're shaped in an L. So use the short leg, put the short leg of the L into the socket, and then use the long leg of the L like a lever. Now do it. Let's see. We'll do 2 full rotations, and we'll stop. Okay, because you don't want to do too much. You don't want this screw popping out. Lord help you if it pops out. You just need 2 full rotations, and then you can pull the entire end of this out. Now we're going to set this on over here up at the side. Now, before I did the video, I set up paper down here because I don't want to make a mess. Now, we're done with the Allen wrench. We're going to set it over here next to the cane tip, just so we don't lose either of those tools. Now that we've got that, let's pull out our nail polish. Let's give it a shake. And then we're going to pull it out. And we're going to paint the end. Now, if you feel on the end of your blind cane, if the tip falls out, you'll notice that this is very, very smooth. Now, before we get into it too much, let me open the end of this guy up. Pop you guys back in there. There we go. We open the end of this guy up and pull out one of the ends to give you an example of what it's supposed to look like. Because it's not supposed to be as smooth as glass. It's supposed to be rough. See, this is rough. It's a very rough texture because this texture is supposed to grip. The cane uses the texture at the end of each one of these little tubes to grip. Now, since I have the tip of the cane removed, I'm actually going to put the top of my cane back on because when the tip's removed, this cane can fall apart very easily if you have the place where the handle goes, the little strap. If you have that silver tip or the silver butt of your cane unscrewed, oh, your cane's going to fall apart. So we don't want that to happen. So let's get this thing lined up. Now feel with your fingertips. You can feel where the white bit of the cane ends and this area comes up that should be a very grippable surface. But for me, since I've been using this cane a lot and it rained a lot because of that hurricane, and sand got in there, it sanded it all down really smooth. Well, that's not good for me. That means this cane falls apart. And I just had it fall apart in the road, and some kind person stopped in the middle of the road, got out of their car, and helped me find my cane tip. And I was like, I've got to fix this. And then I went, oh, this is a great video. So we're going to pull out our red. Ooh, wow, that is a vicious smell. Oh, man, I forgot about that smell. Okay, good God. All right. Let's go ahead and start painting. You don't have to be perfect with your paint job for the cane. You just got to make sure you put on a couple of, maybe a little micrometer, just a millimeter of paint. You're just trying to put on enough paint so that your cane can actually stay together. Okay, I think I got that one used up, so we're going to give it nuts, go in there. Oh my God. Lining things up and getting nail polish all over my fingers. That's why I put the paper down. Okay, let's go ahead and I hear about women blowing on the nail polish, so I think it works. Why wouldn't it if they didn't do it? I don't handle nail polish very often, so it's going to be messy. It's going to be messy for sure. It's a messy job when you're doing this as a blind person, so I do advise, if you want to wear gloves, but I don't like wearing gloves, so I don't wear gloves. Let's get that together, and let's start with the next layer of paint. Always be spinning it while moving your brush back and forth because you want to try and get a nice layer on the end of this. You don't want to put it too much down because the point is you don't want it falling out. So it doesn't need to go too far down the cane. It just needs to be at the end, and it needs to build up a level of resistance so that when you extend your carbon fiber collapsing cane by Chris Park Designs, you can, and by the way, I'm still trying to get with them so I could do advertising for them or something. I love these canes. I absolutely love these canes. That's why I have figured out how to repair these canes, because I love them so much. I am never going back to aluminum collapsing canes. You can't make me go back to those folding bits of nonsense. I hate them. I despise them. They're just evil little canes. I just dislike them so much. But I love these guys. So let's do the tap test. Is it dry? Is it dry? It's tacky. Okay. The nice thing is I'm not trying to make this look pretty, so I can tap on it and feel the tackiness. If I get a fingerprint in it, all the fingerprint's going to do is add to the resistance levels to ensure that this cane tip stays and doesn't fall out of the end, and I don't need a good Samaritan stopping in the middle of the road and open their driver's side door, putting themselves at risk just to help me. I love the fact that they helped me, but I dislike the fact that they had to put themselves at risk to help me, and that wasn't cool. And I didn't want to have ever happen. I didn't want that to ever happen again, so that's why we're doing it here. I'm getting tongue-tied today. Good grief. Oop. I hope I didn't actually put my lips on it. Oh, it's still tacky. Still tacky. Okay, we're gonna. I don't have any cotton balls or anything like I'm supposed to. Um, you know what? If I had thought ahead, I would have put some sticky tack down so I could just set this up in a vertical position to continue drying. But we're just gonna have to swing it back and forth, I guess. Swinging the cane around, swinging the cane around, hoping I don't hit anything. Swinging my cane around, swinging my cane around, hoping I don't make a mess. Okay. All right. I think it's good. I think it's good. We're going to give it the test. We're actually, wait a second. I could probably put this in reverse real quick and just have it sit there. Yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea I just had. I could set it in reverse style. I could set it like there. There we go. Now, it's going to air dry over there so long as I don't make a mistake and hit it. That's wonderful. Now we can go over to the next one. Because both of my Chris Park Designs canes are having the same issue. So, pulling out the second one, my newer one, and it's got a piece of leaf stuck in it from when I just walked today. This is actually the one that fell off in the road. It pulls out too. We don't want it to, we don't want it to pull out. I know, that's a terrible double entendre sometimes. So we're going to find the end that we need to find. There it is. All right. I just double checked something because I realized I didn't tighten this down. Always, whenever you're a blind person and you have something filled with liquid, always make sure the lid is tightened down because you don't know when you're going to accidentally knock that over. Trust me, there is a very high chance you're going to accidentally knock it over. Now, come over here, feel around for my little bitty Allen wrench. Found my little bitty Allen wrench. I'm going to put the Allen wrench in here, and we're going to give it a full 2. That's 1. That's 2 rotations. We're done. 2 rotations. Is that enough? Yes, 2 rotations is enough. So now we're going to find the end of that. All right. We're going to set it down over here. There we go. Right next to the other tip. I know, we got a couple of tips. Just the tips, though. Just the tips. Now we can pull this guy out. And let's set the rear of the cane down. And now let's find the end that... Okay, so this is the end that goes into the tip because I can feel where the screw is bit into the carbon there. So we're going to come over to the other end. And once again, this one has been smoothed by the passage of water and sand and dirt and mush. In Florida, a lot of things get in your carbon fiber collapsing cane. And, you need to clean them out. And this is why you never leave a carbon fiber collapsing cane just hanging out because you don't know what could try to move into it here in Florida. So we're going to move our fingers up, make sure that we've actually figured out the location we intend. Plan, plan, plan before action. That is a blind person's motto. At least that's my motto. Plan 3 times, then act, because trust me, nothing ever goes according to plan. But if you've planned for the worst well enough, then you can at least be prepared when things go awry. That's why I put paper down, because I plan to not make a mess, but at the same time, I understand I may make a mess. So it's important to plan for disaster, especially when you're blind. Messes are always so much worse to clean up when you're blind. Now let's move this around and move that around. There we go. Whew. Whoa, that is some fumey stuff. Okay, let's do one more layer, like we did with the other one. Go in there. Okay, screw it shut. Bring it back out. Knock off the edges because we don't want drippies. Okay. Now, there we go. And remember, when you do this, you don't want to go up and down the shaft. You don't want to go vertical with this. You want to go horizontal because if you can get the brush strokes in there, each one of those brush strokes will act as a little gripper to help grip your cane whenever you pull it out of its little chute. So it's important to have those. Don't go vertical. All you do is make it more difficult for your cane to actually hold its stable position. Get in there, you stupid brushes. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. I think I got a nice little spread on this one. And hopefully, but just in case, I did kind of put it on the very end of this one. We're gonna thicken that line up just a bit and prepare for erosion. This is me preparing for the fact that as it gets used, this nail polish will get taken away over time with constant use because trust me, if you're doing your cane right, you are constantly using this thing. This is a constant use item. That is why this carbon fiber has gone smooth where it used to be a rough texture because of the constant use. And putting this paint down is how you fix it. Okay, I think that's enough. I think I got it enough. Let's put that back in there. Screw you shut. There you go, sir. Are you tight? Good. Mix it up just to make sure. Set that off to the side because I think we're done with our nail polish. Fingertip got a little sticky. All right, where did I put the cane? Okay, so here's the cane that we just finished making the tip, painting the tip for. We're going to slide it in the reverse way, and we're going to set it over here so that the end of it sits out in the open and can air dry. Let's check our other guy over here that we just finished working on a minute ago. And there we go. That is rough. That is exactly the textures I wanted to achieve. A rough texture. It feels thicker than the rest of the cane below it. That's also important because we want this to stick. So now that I checked it for tackiness and proof that that is some fast drying nail polish. Let's go ahead and unscrew the end of our cane here. Okay. Set this down. Now let's go ahead and find the tip that screws into where's the end that screws into the, there it is. Okay, so I found the screw hole, the little bit where the screw on the tip of your cane has bit into the carbon fiber. It means the other side is the side that I'm trying to stop from breaking. And let's push it in. Let's see how it works. Okay, so we're going to pull them all out, pull them all out, pull them all out, and you're not wanting to go in. Okay, let's push it. You just need to give it a good shove. Maybe I made it too thick. Maybe I made it too thick. We're going to know in a second. We're going to know in a second. All right, there we go. Come on, you stupid pieces. Okay, let's pull it down and see if it sticks. If it sticks, we succeeded. If it comes out, we failed. Okay, here is the test. Look at that. Look at that. That is stiff. It's rigid. It's exactly what you want in a cane. You want your cane, you want your shaft to be stiff and rigid, except the tip. Just the tip needs to be loose. Just the tip. Because you can either use this as a tapping cane or you can use this as a spinning cane. And I like using it as a spinning cane. If I pop this tip down and make it loose, it spins freely and it moves back and forth, which acts as a shock absorber for those rocks and corners. And with that extra bit in there, oh yeah, that grips well. That is going to ensure that my cane here doesn't fall apart anytime soon. So let's go ahead and while we got it extended, where's my cap for it? Here's the cap. Let's go ahead and put the cap back on. Putting the cap back on the end. Usually these caps are silver. I actually don't know what color this one is. It was the ILA, Independent Living Association carbon fiber canes that I originally used, that I got from my brother. And I upgraded to designer Chris Park Designs. All right, let's collapse them on down so we have an easier work area. Now we're going to set it back over here, but now instead of the red bit sticking out, we've got the white bit sticking out. Let's find ourselves the tip. Here's just the tip. And where is my Allen wrench? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Hey, see, this is why I told you, put the Allen wrench back where you put your tips, or else you'll lose it. And I found it, luckily. Now let's go ahead and put this guy back in here. Okay, slid it in. And find the screw. Go ahead and give it a tightness. Let's set the screw up. Come on, get in there. There it goes. Tip in the screw. Now, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And spinning it to the right. That's 2 rotations and a little more. There we go. Make sure that you can still move it. You don't want it to go too deep. It will crack your carbon fiber. So you want to put it in there where it's stiff, it's not pulling out, but at the same time, you can unscrew it when you need to repair it in the future. Cane 1 is done. Let's just pull it out again and see. Oh, look at that beauty. Look at that. I'm so happy with this. All right. Collapse it back into itself. 1 is done. Set it off to the side. Let's get to our other one, which should have dried by now. Oh, look at that. Look at you. Oh, aren't you just the precious thing? Oh, and I got the lines on this one even better than the other one. I'm so happy with myself with how this turned out. Okay, so remember, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to work. So let's turn that around. Find your screw hole that tells you the correct end of the cane. Of course, now we can actually feel all this terrible rigidness, this rough patch that I made at the top. Now, this will make it last a lot longer than it would have before doing this, because you're actually putting on a thicker layer with the nail polish than the roughness of the cane had before. So we're going to set the tip off to the cane cap off to the side, and we're going to slide our tube in here. Now this part, it feels like it's a little bit thicker than normal, so we may have to give it a little oomph to straighten it all out. But let's take a look. Oh, look at that. It doesn't pop out. That's exactly what we wanted. Look at that. You saw how easy it was for me to pop this thing out before? Oh, I forgot to put the tip in. I forgot to put the cap on before collapsing it. Remember, put the cap on your cane before you collapse it back down. So let's go ahead and add the cap here. Screw that baby on there. There we go. Make sure we screwed it on good and tight. Okay, now let's collapse everything but the very, very tip end of this guy. There we go. All in, and the tip, there it goes. Oh, that's so good. Oh, yeah, that is going to be wonderful. Just freaking amazing. I love it. Let's see. Did I screw up again and not put... I did it again. Oh, man. I am terrible about this. Where did I put it? Where did I put that Allen wrench? I keep telling you to put your Allen wrench in the spot, and I keep failing at doing the exact thing I'm telling you to do. Oh, such a hypocritical act of me. Okay, let's spin this around over here and find our hole. Where's our hole? There it is. Aha, the fingertips found it. Okay, let's add the Allen wrench, and remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're going to spin it off to the right, and spin it off to the right for a second time, and then just a little more. Okay, because we don't want it too tight. We want to be able to untwist it if we need to. So give it that bit more tightness. There we go. Give it a yank just to prove to yourself that it's not going to fall off while you're walking in the middle of the street. Yep, I don't think this guy's going to fall apart while I'm walking in the middle of the street. Nope, I don't think it's going to fall apart while I'm walking in the middle of the street at all. Sweet. I have now helped myself out and helped Good Samaritans out so they don't have to put themselves in danger to assist me. And that is being a responsible blind person right there. I hope that all of you have enjoyed the show, and remember, whenever you're working with any sort of tools or anything like that, as a visually impaired person or a blind person, put your tools away after using them, because that way you will find them again when you need them. And always remember, you will make a mess as a blind person, so put some paper down when doing this. You don't want to cause yourself any extra issues or problems that you could avoid. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope today's video helped you out with maintaining and operating your collapsing carbon fiber canes. Mine are by Chris Park Designs, but there are plenty of different options out there for carbon fiber collapsing canes, but they all have the same repair job. You just need to unscrew the Allen wrench at the tip and put some nail polish on it, unless it's cracked. If it's cracked, you're screwed. You're going to have to get a new cane if any of these sections cracks. That is just an FYI. But the pleasantness of it is if you get the same exact cane that you had before, all the other pieces are interchangeable. So once you have two canes, if a part of it cracks, you just now have a spare parts cane. And if any parts of your other cane crack that aren't the one that cracked on the first cane, you can easily switch out and repair. And that's what I've been doing for years with my carbon fiber collapsing canes, and I hope that you can do the same as well. Never throw these guys out, because you will never know when you're going to need to harvest them for parts. Until next Prime, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you learned something. Bye bye for now.